consultants who have traveled recently. And we thought you might appreciate hearing what travel was like for them. And they'll also be available for any questions after their video. So there's lots to see and do and talk about. And we're all eager to get started, but let's cover a few ground rules first. If you experience any technical difficulties, often the easiest and fastest thing to do is simply exit the webinar and log back in again. Don't worry that you'll miss anything on the recording. We're recording the webinar and we'll be happy to forward it to you. Of course, for any questions that might be more specific in nature, your consultant's always available to help you. So let me introduce Jordana to you. Welcome, Jordana. We're so excited to have you with us tonight. After working in the cruise travel business for more than 70 years, Jordana has enjoyed over 70 cruises and shares Viking's belief that travel should be more than just a trip. It should also be a doorway to cultural insight and personal enrichment. Thanks very much. Over to you, Jordana.
Hello, thank you so much for having me here today. So yes, a little bit about myself. I have been on over 70 cruises in my career, anywhere from a 30-passenger yacht to a 5,000-passenger mega ship. And what I love about working for Viking is we believe a trip should be more than just a trip. We believe it should be a doorway to cultural insight and personal enrichment. And of course, we believe the best way to immerse yourself into new cultures is by the world's rivers, oceans, and now the Great Lakes. So for those of us joining today that have been on past webinars or been on a Viking cruise, welcome back. For our new attendees, let me give you a little overview of who Viking Cruises is. We began sailing the Russian waterways with our first 4 ships 23 years ago. And our goal at that time was to deliver some of the most culturally enriching and unique itineraries possible. And this began the modern river cruise journey as we know it today. Now, in 2015, we reinvented ocean cruising by offering the same destination-focused cruising on the oceans as we do on the rivers. And this has led us to become the top-rated small ship ocean cruise line. So after leading the river industry for 2 decades, reinventing ocean cruising, we are now taking our destination-focused journeys to the far reaches of the globe and close to home on the Great Lakes with Viking Expedition. So we travel all 7 continents. You can visit 95 countries, 300 ports, 5 oceans, 20 rivers, and the 5 Great Lakes. Now, while much about cruising is about bigger ships and more theme park style attractions on the ships, at Viking, we are taking a different approach by focusing on the destination and the peoples of those destinations. We've created our cruises for that curious traveler. So if you are that person that wants to get in the most intimate nuances of the destination, you want to know all about the history, the architecture, the people that define that destination. Plus, you want to spend more time in port and you want to travel with like-minded people. Well, Viking, we will do that for you. Our ships are small, so we sail into the heart of the cities, no matter if you're on our river or our ocean ships, allowing you more time to explore some of the world's greatest cities and quaint towns. Now, as an effective operator, we like to pass the savings on to our guests by providing them a cruise fare with everything they're going to need, from meals to beverages to free Wi-Fi. We even include free shore excursions in every port of call. Now, you combine that with our award-winning crew who will exceed your expectations and only having to unpack once. Honestly, a Viking cruise is a great way to travel the world in comfort. So I mentioned our cruises are for that curious traveler. And what we've done is we want to make sure you're connected with the destination. So when we designed our ships, every detail has been designed to make sure we're enriching and enhancing your cruise experience. From our thoughtfully curated library to the insights of our guest lecturers and our Viking resident historians, to cooking classes with our chefs, to wine tastings with the sommeliers. We want you to feel like you're in the destination even when you're on board of our ships. We even start inspiration prior to you departing. For example, with my friends at Expedia here, you get to attend their incredible events like tonight, but we also offer different opportunities too as well. We offer different filmographies, books that you can enjoy. And I'll talk about that a little bit later in today's presentation. Now, What I love, and everybody when they travel has something different that they love to do. And my favorite part about traveling is food. And at Viking, we believe food and wine are a big part of the journey. So our highly trained chefs are very passionate on board of our ships about providing you a really culinary rich experience. We locally source a lot of our ingredients. So this allows us to create those authentic dishes to the regions we're sailing in. Now, the Viking way of exploration. We offer behind the scenes insights and opportunities that really set us apart from other travel companies. We include one free shore excursion in every port of call, no matter what product you're on, river, ocean, expedition. These are usually a must-see of the cultural or historic highlight of the place that we are traveling to. They're expertly guided tours that will really bring you close to the destination. And then above and beyond our included excursions, we offer local life, working world, and privileged access. And you know what? I'm going to show a little video that will talk about these excursions a little bit more for you.
At Viking, we offer our guests the iconic and the expected, of course. But we also appreciate that we're all different. While I might be interested in more of a local life experience, a visit to a farmer's market in France, or a home visit along the Volga River in Russia, others might be more interested in understanding how a local economy works. So they might be interested in a factory visit. Or on a smaller scale, a visit with a Portuguese baker.
My record.
So local life and working worlds are experiences that we include for our guests. And then we have privileged access, and that really is privileged. We open doors to places that otherwise aren't open. We share some of our friends' homes and palaces and castles around the world that they otherwise wouldn't share with just anybody. We open museums before and after closing out, and we provide our guests with experiences that are not buyable. These owners appreciate that the Viking guest is different. The Viking guest is traveling to learn. The Viking guest is traveling to connect. Hosts in various destinations actually really enjoy sharing their worlds with our guests because it's a mutually rewarding experience. And what I enjoy very much is seeing that it's not just our guests with big smiles on their faces, it's also our hosts. Everybody leaves pleased, and that's hugely rewarding. The Viking way. Local life, working world, and privileged access. It's a commitment to make sure that we do everything we can to give our guests real experiences and privileged experiences beyond their expectations. That's what sets us apart from many other cruise lines. That's the Viking way.
So not only do we include one free shore excursion, but you have an option to do whatever you want. So our included excursions happen usually in the morning, and then you have all afternoon to enjoy the destination. So at Viking, we firmly believe that you shouldn't have to open up your wallet every time you want a cup of coffee, a glass of wine, or that shore excursion ashore. We want to provide you great value for your cruise fare. So we provide you a cruise fare with everything you're going to need, from the shore excursion to onboard meals to your choice of multiple dining venues. On our ocean ships, we have 8 different dining venues. We have specialty teas and coffees, bottled water, free Wi-Fi, in-room entertainment system, and then all the port charges and government taxes are included. Now, we have our beautiful award-winning long ships. So our long ships, they're innovative engineering, they have customizable hulls, they're very elegant ships. And we have 60 of these ships. They're identical and they sail over the European waterways. So each ship is very unique. We've designed these yet again to make sure you are connected with the destination. So I'm going to show one more quick video that will give you a tour of the long ship, and then let's get into some destinations.
The Viking longships are the way to explore Europe, sailing the continent's tranquil and historic waterways. It's a beautiful day along the river, and we'd like to take the opportunity to show you around one of our longships. The Viking Lounge is light and airy, a natural gathering place for new friends, for entertainment and for lectures. Architecturally, the bar has actually been clinker built, which is very similar in style to the way the Vikings built their longships in their day. And you love these floor-to-ceiling wraparound windows. They're taller than me even when I'm on heels. Just off the light-filled reception area is the spacious, well-stocked library. We have free Wi-Fi on all our ships, but should you choose to leave your computers behind, you're of course welcome to use our laptops here in the internet corner of the library. Up top, ever-changing views are just one part of this vast deck. These ships are a marvel of technology, with ecologically friendly hybrid engines for smooth sailing. We even have solar panels lining both sides of our longships. And we have an herb garden, so that when our great chef runs out in the kitchen, he can come upstairs and that's right, and pick your own fresh herbs. The dining room is spacious and inviting, with complimentary wine served at both lunch and dinner. As on all our Viking ships, we have open seating dining, and this means that you can sit with whomever you want, whenever you want, and you can change that every day if you like. And though the food is exquisite, the dress code is rather casual and relaxed. You can leave all your fancy frocks at home. Or you can dine amid spectacular views on the Aquavit terrace. This is my favorite part of the ship. On a sunny day like today, the Aquavit terrace is the perfect place for a spot of lunch. The skylight-capped area also doubles as an inviting sunroom. This is a quiet hideaway you don't want to miss. And when it's time to rest your head at night, there are plenty of delightful options, many with private balconies, plus the ultimate in river cruise accommodations. We have 2 Explorer suites on our Longship series, and it can't get very much better than this. Come experience the Viking Longships for yourself and discover why they're the most talked about ships in Europe.
Oh, I'm looking forward to the day that I get to step back on board of our longship. So we offer over 20 different river voyages on the rivers of Europe, Ukraine, Egypt, Southeast Asia. Now, I don't have all night. I wish I did to go over every one of our itineraries that we do offer, but because you are working with our friends at Expedia and they have their World Explorer event, you have some exciting bonus opportunities by booking with our Expedia partners, because this is an exclusive offer. So we're going to focus on some of the itineraries that are part of the World Explorer offer. And the first one is our Grand European Tour. This is an incredible 15-day journey on our longships. This will take you through the heart of Europe. So we sail from Amsterdam to Budapest. We sail along the Rhine, the Main, and the Danube rivers. So let's take a look at this map. We set out sail on one of Europe's best loved rivers. This is the Rhine. So we're going to go through the windmill dotted waterways of Holland at Kinderdijk there. We're going to see the grand cathedrals in Cologne, the historic cities and the medieval towns of Koblenz. Then we're going to go into the Main Canal. Now the Main Canal, this area is Snow White. The story of Snow White was based in this area. I have to say it's quintessential Germany with picturesque landings because it is one of the richest wine regions. So you'll see wineries as far as the eye can dot up the riverbanks. It's absolutely stunning through the Main area. So from the Main, we are going to go through the canal. This is the Main Danube Canal, and then we're going to enter into the legendary Danube. So then we're going to explore the history and the World War II history, the complex past of Nuremberg, right? Then you're going to see the incredible medieval towns, Bamberg and Regensburg, which have not been destroyed by World War II bombing. And then from there, we get to go visit the Baca Wine Valley, which is one of the prettiest cruise experiences that you can experience an overnight in Vienna and Budapest. So this 15-day journey will take you through the heart of Europe, and you'll really get to experience Europe. Now, If you don't have 15 days, don't worry. This is why you work with an Expedia agent, because they know everything and they can actually work it out where you can do this itinerary 8 days along the Rhine or 8 days along the Danube. All you have to do is, this is the importance of working with an Expedia agent, because they can actually walk you through and talk about the different promotions. So we've traveled through the heart of Europe. Now let's go to one of my favorite countries that I absolutely love. If you love everything French like I do, then you're going to love this itinerary. We call this itinerary the Tour de France because it combines two of our most popular itineraries. So if you take a look at this map, the first leg, we're going to start out on the Seine River. We overnight in Paris, and where our ship docks in Paris, it's right underneath the Eiffel Tower. So it's within walking distance of all the great sites there. And then we're going to go from there. You're going to get to walk in the gardens of Monet. So in the town of Giverny, this is where Claude Monet resided until he passed away. Then we're going to walk in the footsteps of Joan of Arc in Rouen. And then from Rouen, we're going to go pay our respects in the Normandy beaches. And then we will return back to Paris for an overnight. We take a train to the city of Lyon, France. Lyon, France is the food gastronomy of the world. They have some of the most incredible restaurants that you could ever imagine. And then we sail down the Rhone, and the Rhone is known for their renowned wines. You have the Beaujolais wines. We do a tour at Chateau Neuf de Pop and so many other wineries. We'll give you the chance to hunt for truffles, see how Chèvre cheese is made, walk in the footsteps of Monet. Walk in the footsteps of many other artists in Arles, and then we'll end in Avignon, where you're going to see the Palace of Popes. So this is an incredible 15-day journey if you want to experience all of France. But yet, once again, if you only have certain time to do this in, you can break that up into 2 trips. So you can either do one down the Seine that will take you to Normandy, or one down Lyon. Now, from France, let's go over to Portugal, because Portugal is one of Europe's oldest wine regions, and the Douro River Valley is an incredible UNESCO heritage site to sail through. So this 10-day tour, we call it a cruise tour because you're going to get 2 nights in Lisbon, and then you are going to enjoy, with your 2 nights in Lisbon in a hotel, you get to enjoy. Lisbon's very colorful. I love Lisbon. The people are friendly. The streets are great to walk around. They got a lot of trendy galleries, restaurants to go experience. Their museums are absolutely incredible. From there, we will get a chance to go to Coimbra, which was one of the oldest university towns. You'll get to experience that before we board our ship, and you'll get to cruise down the Douro. You'll get to roam the port warehouses, learn how to make traditional Portuguese bread, experience the university town of Salamanca, Spain, and you'll get a chance to enjoy some fado singing. So that is our Portugal Rivers of Gold itinerary. So I just quickly highlighted and touched on these itineraries. At Viking, as I mentioned, we offer over 20 different river itineraries that is available for you. We go from Egypt, Egypt, we have some incredible new ships in Egypt, 12-day cruise tour where you get a couple nights in Cairo, you sail down the Nile. We're in Southeast Asia, Russia, Ukraine, and then in Europe, we do some unique itineraries where if you want to go experience the Netherlands in the tulip season, you can. We offer Christmas cruising. So if you haven't been on a Christmas market cruise, they're pure magic in Europe. All of the cities along the waterways in Europe are lit up with these incredible Christmas markets. Now, if you don't fancy a flight across the pond in 2022, don't worry. If you want to stick close to home, I'm going to talk about some close to home. We're introducing our first ever North American river ship on the Mississippi River. So it's going to be like all of our other Viking ships. So that video you just watched on the Longship, we're going to have that same Scandinavian design with the floor to ceiling windows. We're going to have common places that our other Vikings know on our ships, like our Explorer's Lounge or Aquavit Terrace, a plunge pool in the back of the ship. So this ship was purposely built to sail the Mississippi. So the Mississippi it goes from basically Minnesota's Lake Itasca all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico, right? So it offers a really different type of cross-country trip. You'll get a chance to see the rare opportunity of America's heartland. So the picturesque towns, you'll get to see the pastoral farms, and then we go down into the south. So let's take a look at these itineraries. So we offer 5 different itineraries. 3 of them focus on the lower Mississippi. Now, this is my favorite part of the Mississippi. So you have that good old, lot of Civil War history. You have that good old fashioned Southern charm, that good old hospitality, right? You got the music of the Dixieland jazz, the gospel, the blues. You also got that incredible history of the Cajun and the Creole people. And then on top of that, their incredible food that they offer as well. So the Southern Mississippi itineraries, they're, as you can take a look, they're usually in the winter months. Nobody wants to go down south in the summertime. And then in the summer months, we go up into the upper portions of the Mississippi. So this is where our America's Heartland and our America's Great River itinerary face. So this is where you're going to get a chance to walk in the footsteps of Mark Twain, hear about all the pioneers, learn all about the John Deere family, the music. You got the ragtime, the polka, the Norwegian folk music, and then, as we know already, I love food when I travel. So you got that Wisconsin cheese, the craft beers, and the hearty stews. All right, so we're going to make it a quick transition to ocean. So our ocean product, keep in mind, we have, this is the product our river guests built. So if you are a true person that enjoys destination focused cruising and you want to be more most immersed into the destination, then Viking Ocean is the way to go. These small ship designs allow us to navigate into some of the most intimate ports and allowing us more overnight stays than the bigger ships that are out there. Viking Ocean is destination cruising the way it is meant to been designed. So let's take a quick look at this and dive into it.
The all-veranda Viking Star, Viking Sea, and Viking Sky are the ships our river guests inspired us to build. With just 930 guests, these small ships are thoughtfully designed to enrich your journey in every aspect. And because of our size, we're able to dock in prime locations. We also use the latest green technology, and all our ocean ships meet the strictest environmental regulations. Outside, our main pool with retractable roof is always perfect for a swim, even if the weather should be less than perfect. And we didn't just add an aft pool, we created the infinity pool to give you a sense of swimming right in your destination. When you yearn for serenity, the Winter Garden is the place to unplug and indulge in an afternoon tea service. Even the spa experience has been reimagined. In addition to holistic methods, we follow Nordic tradition with a treatment that combines an invigorating sauna with our remarkable snow grotto, where snowflakes gently descend from the ceiling through chilled air to greatly improve the body's circulation. Every destination has its own flavor, and on board Viking Star, Sea and Sky, you can taste them all. Our menus feature regional specialties made with locally sourced ingredients, along with always available American classics. There are multiple dining options, from relaxed and casual to our elegant restaurant. Perhaps you'd enjoy the chef's table for a specially prepared tasting menu complete with wine pairings. Or Manfredi's Italian restaurant for a classic Italian antipasto, delicious handmade pasta, or tempting tiramisu. If a quiet, private meal is what you desire, we offer 24-hour room service. And since the ultimate dining room is the great outdoors, Viking Star and her sister ships each offer more al fresco dining experiences than any other ships at sea. And then, of course, there are the accommodations. Great care was taken to ensure that every stateroom is an inviting home on the water, designed with the understated elegance Viking has come to be known for. The choices range from comfortable staterooms to spacious suites. And every one has a veranda, so you're always just steps away from stunning views. Join us as we usher in a new era of ocean cruising. On board the ships of Viking, you'll enjoy ocean cruising reimagined, while exploring the world in comfort.
Wow, I love our ocean product. All right, so I know some of you have came here today to travel to fjords. So let's take a quick journey into some of the fjords. I quickly wanted to make sure that you guys knew all about the river product before we traveled into the fjords. So at Viking, that is our wonderful ocean product. And we offer an array of different ocean itineraries that you can take. One of the things we really specialize in is in our Northern Europe and our Scandinavian itineraries. One thing that we do is we like to follow the wake of the Vikings. We bring in that adventuresome spirit through all of our itineraries as possible. So into tracing the wakes of the Viking, we also follow a lot of their trade routes. And one of them is into the midnight sun. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take you quickly on a quick journey from the midnight sun. So today we're going to cut deep into the Norwegian fjords, sail across the Arctic Circle where the midnight sun shines 24 hours a day. Then we're going to follow the path of the Vikings back. We're going to go visit the Shetland and the Orkney Islands. And then we are going to end our cruise in London. Now you can do this cruise both ways, either from London to Bergen or Bergen to London. Now I'm just sharing one of our cruises with you. We offer an array of cruises through the Norwegian fjords. So take a moment and really enjoy. So day one for this one, we're going to go from Bergen down to London and take a journey through. So Bergen is one of my favorite cities in Norway. This city is small, it's historic, it's filled with seafood, beautifully decorated as you're going through. And it's close to, it has 7 mountains circling it. So it gives you a chance to really get your, if you're one of those nature lovers that I am, it really gets you your fix of nature. It was founded in 1070 AD, and it features a lot of historic sites. So this used to actually be one of the capitals of Norway. The Norwegian kings resided here. So let's take a quick through. Day one, you're going to arrive. If you've booked your flight with Viking, we will transfer you and meet you and bring you to where our ship is docked. So when you are in Bergen, downtown, I love the downtown area. It's colorful. It's got its wooden houses. It's along the old Hanseatic Wharf that's located here. And it just so happens to be the area, the most historic part. And this is where our ship is docked. It's right down here. Now, what's unique about this town is it has burnt down a few times and been brought back up, and it's always following the exact same floor plan. So our ship is docked right there, right next to the wharf, so you can easily walk off the ship, stroll along the waterfront. Being such a small city, you can cover a lot of the attractions in Bergen by foot. So as you're walking along the wharf, you can stop at the fisher market, which is great. You can learn how to peel yourself some own Norwegian shrimp. You can wander through. I love wandering through the alleys in the downtown area because it's like a maze way walking through with lots of unique shops and unique hidden places as you're going through it. Now, day two, you're going to wake up. So depending what time your flight arrives, day one, day two, you're going to wake up. You're going to get your included excursion on day two. So what we will do is we will take you for a full day discovering Bergen. So you'll get a chance to explore it by motor coach. You will hear all the interesting stories about Bergen from the local guide and really get a look into the heritage of Bergen. One of the things you're going to see in the picture that we're looking at here, it is an incredible picture. This is a picture of their what are they called? Sorry, I just drew a blank. They're manhole covers. So all of the manhole covers in the city of Bergen are an incredible sight. So as we go through, you're going to see all the different man covers. You're going to see the King Haakon's Hall, which is right here. This is a 750-year-old building. It used to be the royal residence. Today they do events in there and stuff, but you'll get a chance to learn the history. And then we were going to go to Mount Fløyen. So this is the incredible mountain that overlooks the city. It is an incredible view. So what happens is you can take, what we will do is you have 2 choices to get up there. You can take the motor coach and we will take you up, or you can enjoy the incredible funicular. So the funicular climbs about 1,000 feet up into the air, and it's about an 8-minute journey, but it's worth going up with some great views as you're going up there. Other things that we offer too that is additional. So remember how we talked about additional excursions and stuff. In Bergen, we'll give you the opportunity to travel out to the countryside and basically witness life is like on a traditional Norwegian farm. So this will give you a chance to drive through, see all the incredible vistas, the beautiful mountains, and we'll go to Orra Ide. So this is a beautiful farm that's on Lake Jordel. And this area, you'll get a chance, you'll go in. This is the family that you'll get to see. You'll get a chance to go around the farm. He'll take you through their traditional farming methods, and then you'll be invited into his house to explore, to basically have conversation, have local food that's growing there on the farm as well, and have a conversation about the Norwegian farm life. It's a great experience. It's a lot of fun to go visit them too. They're very welcoming family. Day 3, well, this is when we're going to the fjord. So you're going to wake up on day 3. And the good thing is you're going to be in a veranda, because all of our staterooms are veranda staterooms. And when you open up the doors, you're going to see walls of mountains and these plunging waterfalls. And it is one of the most breathtaking experiences, I have to say, in my life, as we go into the Geringer Fjord area. So as we're sailing in, you're going to be wanting to take pictures and really just enjoy. Now, Geringer Fjord is one of the most breathless places I think I've ever been into in my life. And one of the things I need to recommend is don't be like me and spend most of your time behind your camera trying to take photographs. I'm actually going to be doing this itinerary June of 22. And next time I go through this fjord, I am going to definitely pay more attention. But our guide today, what we will do is we will take you from the fjord. So we're going to dock in the bottom of the fjord. You're going to go up this winding road to the top, and so you can look over the fjord. Now the road's going to be a crazy ride. There's about 11 hairpin turns in it, but the view is well worth it. The view is the view that we're looking at kind of here. So you get an impressive viewpoint of the fjord itself. Now, other things that you can do is if you are a little bit more adventurous, so that's our included tour where we take you to go enjoy the scenery. Now, if you are a little bit more adventurous, we have so many outdoor things that you can experience. So if you really want to experience the waterfalls and get up close to the fjords itself, you can enjoy some times on our incredible kayaks. We offer kayak tours, ribboat tours. Even if you're into fishing, we offer fishing opportunities that are available into the fjords. Day 4 on this cruise that we're looking at, we're going to sail the Norwegian Sea. So when we do sailings on board Viking Ocean, it's incredible because we keep your immersive experience in the destination going. So what we will have is you will have opportunities to learn more about the ports that we're going to. So we're going to have intriguing talks on board with our Viking resident historian. So all of our talks are talks that complement our shore excursions. So the onboard lecture program is meant to shed light on the destination's art, the architecture, the music, the geopolitics, the natural world, and so much more. So we bring on hosts. So there's a wide range of experts that come on, from authors to archaeologists to former diplomats to news correspondents. And all these people are on board the ship, eager to share their knowledge with you. Our facility of historians, where it's going to be really engaging high-level lectures. But not only do we have the lectures, we do have what we have as roundtables, where you can join other people on board of the ship to have discussions about the lectures and basically have more one-on-one time with our historians if you want to. All right, day 5, we're in the Lofton Islands. So this is an archipelago of 6 main islands and located in the Norwegian Sea. And it's known for its dramatic scenery, surrounded by the mountains, the deep fjords, the incredible, when you go in here, you're going to hear thousands of seabirds because there are so many colonies of birds. So they're all along the beaches and the bluffs that you'll get a chance to go through. So you'll get a guided tour through this incredible traditional farming town. You'll get a chance to basically go through all the houses. You can kind of see in this picture, what makes this town unique is all of the houses are on stilts. So you'll get a chance to go through and just really immerse yourself into this town. Now, remember, the included excursions usually always a tour, a panoramic tour that will get you nice and close. Now, we also offer an opportunity to basically step back and connect into the Viking age. So here they have the Viking Museum, and this really is one of the best Viking museums. At Berg, our archaeologists here have discovered that they have one of the largest longhouses ever found in from this era that's located here. And it's all been basically evacuated, so you can go through and take a look. So the building is 83 meters long, and it's basically been reconstructed as a living museum. So you can go in there, you can explore exactly what a Viking homestead looked like and really learn about the conditions during the Viking era, the livestock that was available to the people at the time, and basically explore how they lived during that time. From there, day 5, we are still in Lofton, more other stuff. We can enjoy the horseback rides. We will take you to an incredible horseback ride where you'll get to experience more Viking life, where you get to experience their graves. You'll get to experience where a Viking chieftain lived, and basically learn all about the history with all the Vikings and the different chieftains that came by. So similar to that panoramic tour, but this is the opportunity to do it on horseback. All right, so day 6, we're in Tromsø. So we are almost up into the Arctic now. So Tromsø is an incredible city. It's known for its Arctic cathedral. It's a triangular shaped cathedral. So you'll get a nice, incredible tour of the classical houses of Tromsø. You'll get a chance to go into the Arctic cathedral. So this is one of the furthest northern cathedrals out there. So it dates all the way back to 1965. So it's been attracting tourists from around the world. So you'll have a chance to get a picture with it. Also, throughout here, you will have a chance to walk around Tromsø as well. We offer optional excursions. There's tons of things to do. In Tromsø, we have the Wilderness Center of Tromsø. So here gives a chance where you can enjoy 300 different Alaskan Huskies. So the Iditarod, you'll get a chance to go visit the dog sleds and really understand about the Iditarod and their expeditions. I had a chance when I didn't do this in Norway. I will do this one when I do go to Norway, but I've had a chance to experience this in Alaska. And it's amazing to see the dogs and how excited they are for this true experience. All right, now we are above the Arctic Circle. So we're in Honensvåg, and this is one of the rarest opportunities. So today we are going to journey to, it's a really tiny outpost town area, and we are going to journey to the top of North Cape. So this is what we are looking at here. So our transfer, it's about an hour transfer from where we're docked. So you're going to get to enjoy Europe's most stunning natural sights. You will get a chance to go enjoy North Cape, which is located here. So it's 1,000 feet above sea level, and it's this beautiful flat plateau. So upon arrival, you'll get a chance to take tons of pictures. You'll learn all about the history of the region, and you'll have some time to basically explore this area on your own before we go back to the ship itself. All right, from day 7, day 8 on this wonderful journey, we're going to have some downtime at sea. So this is when you're going to relax. You had a couple days of exploring and enjoying. So this is when you enjoy the ship. So maybe enjoy our incredible Nordic spa. Remember how you saw that in the video where we have the snow grotto, the sauna, all of that incredible stuff. Maybe you might want to enjoy an evening dinner at Manfredi's Italian Churrascaria. Keep in mind, we will still be having lectures going on board the ship, different entertainment going on as well. Day 9, you're going to have another day at sea. You're going to be on the Norwegian Sea. So you're going to enjoy some, we'll be doing a lot of lectures on board the ship about the Norwegian Sea, about what an important thoroughway it used to be. Also, you might want to do something unique. Throughout of our ships, we have different art apps. So we have different incredible art throughout the ship. So we have an art app that you get to download, and you could do an art tour throughout the ship. So there's lots of stuff for you to do on our sea days on board. So from there, welcome to the Shetland Islands. The Shetland Islands are incredible. We will have a chance to take a tour of the full Shetland Islands. So you'll do a panoramic tour, and then what we will get a chance to do, and this is a great opportunity, is we will take you to go experience and meet the Shetland ponies. So we have an opportunity. One of our close friends at Viking raises, and her family has been raising Shetland ponies for many, many years, and you'll get a chance to go and see how this unique breed of pony has experienced. Now, we do, after that experience of Shetland ponies, the Shetland Islands has a remarkable archaeological site too. So Jarlshof is an incredible archaeological site of the Vikings. So it's a thriving example of the Vikings presence in this area. It dates back prehistoric, and it's probably one of the most interesting archaeological complexes out there. So it's over 5,000 years old. You can see the incredible sequence of stone structures through it. You'll see the longhouse that it's known for. And actually, when you're going in, you will actually see replica of furniture and a whole bunch of unique stuff that is from that time itself. So you can step back into time and learn some more Viking heritage. Okay, so from there, so we're at the Shetland. Now we go over to the Orkney Islands, where you will get a chance to once again immerse yourself into more Viking heritage from the 19th to the 13th century. They were there. What is really incredible seeing in the Orkney Islands is the standing stones, of course, the 5,000-year-old circle of stones that you can go in, and we will tell you the history, and you can step back into time. Now, this also is not a great part of is also a great part of the world of history. Let me just talk about all the incredible history, but this is a good part of the world for my Scotch and my whiskey lovers, because this is some of the most incredible distilleries that are located in this region. So we have the most northern distillery in the world that's located in the Orkney Islands, where we will give you an experience to go experience that, if that is what you choose to do. All right, day 12, welcome to Edinburgh. I love Edinburgh. One thing that we do is where we dock right outside of Edinburgh. So it's about a 25-kilometer drive into Edinburgh from where the ships dock, but we always have a bus going on a tour for you. So your tour will be, of course, a panoramic tour. So you'll get to see the 18th century new town with its delightful, we can see the neoclassical and the Georgian period architecture as we're looking at there. We will also go up to, and you can see it in the background here, the Edinburgh Castle. So you can get a good take a look at that castle as well. We will leave you in this tour. You have a choice. As I mentioned, we have a bus that goes around, so you can be left in the heart of Edinburgh and really immerse your time. There's lots of great shops, restaurants that are down there. They have some great Michelin star restaurants. Another things to do in Edinburgh. Edinburgh is unique. The Royal Yacht of Britannia is located in Edinburgh. So if you want to go step and live life like the Queen and go visit one of the crown jewels, you can do that. So we offer a guided tour where you can go in, and basically, I think this ship was in service for over 40 years, right? So you can see where the Queen hosted her royal gatherings and all of that. When you go on board, it's a self-guided tour. So you get to a headset, you go through and you enjoy your self-guided tour. If you do the Yacht Botanical, we will also after lunch take you to the Edinburgh Castle, where you'll get a chance to go experience that as well and learn the exact same sort of stuff that you would have got to experience on the panoramic tour. So for example, archaeologists have discovered human occupation of this castle since the 2nd century. So it has a lot of history, and it's worth going through. It's now a military station today, and it's home to the Scottish National War Museum, and it's worth going through. A local guide will be there. You can go through and understand all the main halls of it as well. Also, Edinburgh, it's known for my Da Vinci Code fans. I'm signed up for this tour myself, so you can go visit the Rosslyn Chapel and learn the incredible chapel that was in the Da Vinci Code. It was built in the 1446, and it's known for all of its incredible, its structure, right, on the outside. So it's known for, of course, the Knights Templar and all the hidden codes that are among the chapel, right? So all the fascinating engravings that are throughout, so you can go through and experience. And then from there, we can take you to the Glen Kinchy distillery as well. All right. Day 13, we're almost done our journey today, and then we're going to have to say goodbye to you and thank you for joining us today. So today, day 13, we're back into the sea. So once again, we will have lots of stuff going on back on board the ship. Day 14, welcome to London, England. Now, what makes us close? This is our last stop on our journey today. And what makes our London, England itinerary so amazing is the fact that we actually go into the Thames River. So our ship itself, and that's a picture of our ship right there, sailing into the Thames River. So that is, you will get a nice up close docking station. So we will be docking in Greenwich. So you can actually walk off the ship. Our ship docks right here. You can actually go and walk around Greenwich and explore Greenwich if you want to. We do a walking tour around Greenwich that is possible as well. And then we are overnighting in London. So London is just a short drive away. So that will allow you lots of time to experience London. You can go see, of course, go visit the Queen in her palace, maybe go ride Big Ben. Go see Big Ben, I say, go ride the Ferris wheel. You have Westminster Abbey and Buckingham Palace. So welcome we are done our journey through the Norwegian fjords. So at Viking, this is the itinerary that we just did. And at Viking, we do offer a lot of different itineraries that are out there through all of the fjords and stuff. And I'm just going to show you them right this second right now. And then we will end and maybe ask a little bit of questions. So let's just take a quick look at this and we will. All right. So we offer, as I mentioned, many different itineraries. So we are all through Scandinavian and Northern Europe. We're in the Mediterranean and the Adriatic. So we go anywhere from ancient Rome to Moorish Spain to classical Greece to the Holy Land. The empires of the Mediterranean left a huge mark in this region, right? So there's so much history to discover. And if you're a food lover and a wine lover, of course, you have Provence that we go to with incredible vineyards. We go through the Greek Isles. And of course, we start and stop in Barcelona and Vienna and a lot of unique places. We're also in the Americas and the Caribbean on board of our ocean products. So that makes it, we actually have some itineraries that are available this year on board of Viking Ocean as well. So that makes it a lot. If you are interested in going in 2021, reach out to your Expedia advisor. So at Viking, we are known as the Thinking Person's Cruise. So I hope I showed you tonight that on board of our ship, that you will have the experience to really immerse yourself in the destination through our onboard lectures and everything that's going on that we do on board and ashore. But we want to start inspiration before you even depart on your voyage. So we offer you the ability to go onto Viking TV. So Viking TV is a free service for you to watch live streams, on-demand programmings. We have a library of different programs that include short documentaries, interviews, lectures, classical music concerts, and so much more for you. So before I end, because one of the things I get questioned a lot is health and safety and what are we doing to make sure you're safe to go on a cruise at this time. So our health and safety, our commitment to our health and safety, to our guests, to our employees, is the utmost importance. And during the downtime of non-sailing, what we've done is we actually basically reinvented. We met with medical advisors, scientific advisors, and we came up with a comprehensive program. And we hired this incredible lady, Vice Admiral Raquel Bono, as our Viking Chief Health Officer. And we have in place a comprehensive COVID policy on board of our ships. So everybody on board of Viking, you have to be double vaccinated to sail with us, so that we accept any WHO vaccination. So if you are mixed vaccine like I am, you're welcome on board Viking. If you have AstraZeneca, you're welcome on board Viking. So you have to be double vaccinated to sail with us. On board of our ships, we do every single day non-invasive PCR testing. So we actually test everybody on board of our ships every day. Pretty simple. You wake up in the morning and you do a quick testing. Our ships itself, everybody has veranda staterooms. We have our own air in our staterooms, but we increased our, basically our air purification systems. We've increased additional health checks and our medical teams on board of our ships. And I know Cheryl was just on board one of our ships, so she will be talking about a little later about our progress. All right, so I know it is a little bit hesitant on booking a cruise right now. We still don't know what's going on in the world, and I get it, but cruises are filling up really fast. And it's so important that if you want to go on a cruise 22, 23, especially small ships, it's not just Viking, it's a lot of other cruise lines, and your Expedia agents can tell you this, you might miss the boat. So every cruise line has their own unique policy to make sure you are protected. And the Viking policy is our risk-free policy. So this will allow you the ability to cancel or change your cruise up until 14 days prior to sailing. So this will give you that flexibility to make sure that you can change your cruise if need be. Now, remember how I said that if you're working with Expedia, you get special deals? Well, it's important. Our Expedia partners are some of our best partners at Viking, and they know our product inside and out. And we have partnered with them for their World Explorer, where we are offering additional $100 shipboard credit on our European river voyages. All right, so I am going to bring back up my friends.
Well, hi, Jordana. It's Lisa. Well, I'd like to take a few moments to have a Q&A. So if anybody has questions that they would like to have us answer, that will be fantastic. What I do want to say is that we are going to steer away from a lot of the questions for all the vaccinations. I know that with Viking, it is definitely double vaccination, and your Expedia Cruises consultant will be able to help you determine if you have the right ones to be able to travel with them. So if anybody has any questions, please put it in the little chat box. I know I do have one. It's not specifically on the Norwegian Fjords. It's actually concerning the Normandy Beaches cruise on the river. The question is, can we go to Juneau included in, is the Juneau included in the cruise for the Canadians, or do they just get to go to the Normandy beaches?
No, that's a great question, Lisa. We do do Juneau. So we offer a Commonwealth tour and we offer an American tour. So the Commonwealth tour visits the Juneau beaches. We visit the Canadian cemeteries, and then we visit the British cemeteries as well. And then we do visit the Pegasus Museum, and we visit the Juneau Museum as well. So
fantastic. And you know, I don't see any other questions here, but definitely if there are any questions, please speak with your Expedia Cruises consultant. They'll definitely be able to give you the answers that you need to help you with the getting you on that particular trip. Okay. So I really want to thank Jordana for a wonderful presentation. The amazing rivers and the grandeur of the Norwegian fjords are just amazing. And, you know, when you add in the Aurora Borealis, if that's involved, what more could you ask for, right? So just to reiterate our World Explorer offer with Viking, it is for river cruising only at this point in time, but we couldn't pass up the opportunity to also showcase the beauty of Norway. So thanks for that. So until October 31st, you will receive an exclusive onboard credit of $100 per person to a max of $200 for the stateroom on any Viking European river cruise itinerary. And in addition, for an additional offering of $200 for the first booking per center. So we are 3 centers involved here. So whichever center you are working with, if you are the first one to book, there will be an additional $200 offering, and your Expedia Cruises consultant will be able to talk more fully with you about that as well. So before we officially close, as Steve mentioned at the beginning of the session, for those of you wondering what it's like traveling in the current situation, we invite you to stay on as we have 3 of our consultants, Glenn Curtis, Cheryl Walker, and Sue Hawks, share their recent travel experiences based on the more current restrictive guidelines. And who better to explain their experiences than those who help plan your travel. And after, both Cheryl and Glenn will be available to answer any questions live that you have posted on the questions board. Like I said, we're going to leave any additional ones on vaccinations until you speak with your travel consultant directly, because the situation changes on a regular basis. So when you're ready to start planning, they'll be in the best position to answer any of your questions at that time. So for those of you who are leaving us now, the 3 Expedia Cruises centers would like to thank all of you for attending this session. Your consultant will be in touch with you to discuss our World Explorer offers and any future travel you have in mind. And so now really is the time to start planning those long-awaited vacations. And don't forget, the next session hosted by Expedia Cruises Corporate will be on Thursday, October 14th at 6 p.m. And that will include G Adventures, Azamara, and Seabourn, covering exotic destinations. And if you've not signed up for these, please let us know and we'll send over the registration link. And our next session, the 3 centers, will be on Tuesday, October 19th at 7 p.m., where Herta Gruten will be introducing you to Iceland and Greenland. And thank you and have a great evening. For those staying on, Rob, let's roll the video.
Hi there, my name's Sue, and I am here to tell you a little bit about my recent travel experiences and just overall general travel post-pandemic. I had the privilege of going not only to an all-inclusive in August in Jamaica, but also to a Disney cruise and Disney World in September. And those experiences, although different, were very similar in the travel experience. I think the key word I would say is pack your patience. You want to make sure that you know all of the protocols that are required for your destination, and you have all of the proper testing done pre-departure, which my first trip was a little overwhelming just because it was unknown. And then my second trip, it was a breeze. So I think that just conquering the fear of the unknown is huge. And that's where, as a travel agent, I'm there to help my clients. And I know your travel agent is there to help you to know what you need to do and to talk through any of the fears that you have in getting back out and traveling. In the airport experience, you are going to definitely need patience. When I went to Jamaica, the international terminal, it was really quite easy to go through security, and it took me half an hour. When I went through the US, to get through US customs and security took over 3 hours. So when they say, you know, to give yourself 3 hours, I would say right now you probably want to give yourself another half hour to an hour. I'm of the mind that it's always better to be sitting at the gate calm than to be anxious outside of the gate, you know, freaking out, wondering where or how, you know, you're going to get through, is the plane going to leave, and all of that kind of stuff. And running to the gate is never fun. So that would be my airport experience. Getting to the destination once you're there, yes, you have maybe a few more hoops to jump, but not hugely different. I found in Jamaica, it was no different. And then once I was in the States, yeah, it really felt the same. The only difference I had was getting onto the cruise was an extra step, in that you had to do like a pre-sail, you know, green light, safe passage, PCR test. You had to do your online check-in, which you normally had to do, but you had just a couple of extra steps in that. So you didn't just get to the port and get on board the ship. You had to take a PCR test. You had to wait, you know, about an hour for the test results before you could go into the terminal and start your cruise. Some cruise lines require that you still wear masks indoors. Mine did. And so I think, you know, one of the biggest things was remembering my mask when I'd walk out of my cabin, because, you know, you're sort of feeling like old time cruising, but then it's like, oh, I forgot my mask. So that was probably my biggest irritation on the whole thing. But that aside, cruising felt great to be back. I felt completely safe. All the adults were vaccinated. There were some kids, because of course it was a Disney cruise, so there were some kids there. But you know, you just keep to your group. You just, you know, wash your hands when you're supposed to. You know, we always carried hand sanitizer around with us, so that if we ever felt like we just needed a little wash, we would do it. And it really felt kind of normal. Same with the resort. You know, indoors we would wear our masks if it was an enclosed area like the gift shop or walking into a restaurant, but then otherwise we were just pretty much unmasked. If we were in a shuttle bus, we would wear our masks. So it wasn't that hard. It's no different than if you want to go out to dinner or a movie or church or whatever here, right? Getting the PCR tests. At the Sandals Resort, it was super easy because they do it for you. And in Disney, it was a little trickier because I had to do the research to figure out where to go for that. And there was also the out-of-pocket cost. But I shopped around and went with what I felt most comfortable with, both price and return time of my test results. And so that was the only like major step of coming home, because I had to have that PCR test to get back into Canada. Plus I had to do my ArriveCAN app. So I make sure that I have my vaccine records in a hard copy as well as a digital copy, and I've got them easy to access. And then, yeah, just fill out the ArriveCAN app and then, head to the flight on the day of departure. Coming back into Toronto can be a little iffy in the sense that depending on when your plane arrives, how many other planes have come in, you might have a wait. So again, pack your patience, know in advance that you could be up to 3 hours before you walk out the door with your luggage. And if you know that in advance, then I think that it helps take some of that anxiety and angst away. But other times, like, one time I was 3 hours, the other time I was an hour. So it really just depends. But it feels so good to be back traveling again. And your travel agent is there to walk you through the whole process, to help calm your fears, to help you walk through the protocols for wherever your destination is. And all I can say is it just feels so good to be back to travel. So that's my story. Hope it helped.
Hi, my name is Cheryl Walker. Recently, I traveled to Bermuda with Viking Ocean on their ship, the Orion, and I wanted to share my experience with you. We required a PCR test to be taken here in Ontario before we traveled to Bermuda, and this was the PCR test, not the antigen. So I had to make an appointment through Life Labs, who in turn made arrangements through Shoppers Drug Mart in order to have the test done. The test took about 24 hours to return to me, to my email, and showing that I was tested negative and I was good to go. Arrival at the airport, I needed to show that negative test along with a travel information that I had received from Bermuda and the Viking ship to show that I had passed through all the tests and provided all the appropriate vaccine certificates in advance. In arrival in Bermuda, however, we were required to take another COVID-19 test on top of everything else for the Bermuda government. And once that was completed, we must quarantine on board the ship until the test came back negative, and then we were free to go about our business, get off the ship, enjoy the shore excursions, etc. That was quite quick. It took only about 4 or 5 hours, and I had the results sent to me by email. Life on board the ship was as like everything that I remembered it to be, so I was quite excited to be back and sailing again. And we were required to wear masks only when we were in internal venues like the theater. But if we were eating and drinking inside the ship, no masks were required. Certainly outside the ship, on near the pool, etc., no masks required. So it was very comfortable without a problem. Viking has its own labs on board the ship, and they asked us to have a test every single morning where we needed to spit within a vial, and that vial tested our to see if we had any COVID from the day before. So very easy, and also provided us with an opportunity to have that test done before we return to Canada, because that is a requirement. The Government of Canada requires a PCR test to be done within 72 hours of flying back to Canada. I had that information, and I was able to load up my documents into the ArriveCAN app needed by the Government of Canada, and I need to show all that information once I arrive back here at the airport in Toronto. Now at Toronto Airport, I do suggest you pack your patience, because everyone, including anyone who has Nexus, must see an immigration official to show them passport, your immigration card, and of course your ArriveCAN app to show that you've tested negative. So that was most of the delay, everyone going through there. I hope that's been helpful to you, and I'm on this webinar, so if there's any other questions that come up, I'd love to answer them. Thanks.
Hey everyone, my name is Glenn, and I just got back from an incredible trip on board the Celebrity Summit. As my colleagues have said in the previous videos, there are a few differences with regards to your pre-travel documentation, testing you may have to do before you go, and the key is packing your patience. Plan on delays, plan on giving yourself some extra time to get places, especially at the airport. And one little hint for your face masks, highly recommend going and purchasing the disposable face masks. Having those cloth masks on for 5, 6, 7 hours or longer can get hot and a little bit wet. So if you use the disposable mask, take a number of them with you, change out partway through your travels. You'll feel better and it's a little bit lighter, so it's not as hot when you're traveling. Um, Really going through the airport, I anticipated having to wait for a while. There was nothing really that jumped out as odd or different. The one thing I will recommend is making sure you have your documentation in hand. Don't put it away. Keep it with you until you're right on the other side of everything, because they will ask for different things along the way. If you put it away, that's part of the delay. So have your documentation in hand ready to go. We got to the ship early. They do our boarding based on times to try and alleviate the crowds. We got there early and we really were a light sailing. We actually only had 250 guests on board a ship that holds 2,000. So I was actually able to check in early. This was a fully vaccinated sailing, so there was no mask requirements. We did not have to wear our masks anywhere on the ship, indoors, outdoors. It really felt like cruising was before the pandemic, except there were a lot fewer people. We could easily social distance, and everybody kept their space and didn't crowd. So it was a really great experience. Even though there were only 250 on board, they still ran a full ship complement. Everything that they would normally run on a full ship was there. The buffet was open. The only difference is now they have crew serving you as opposed to it being self-serve. The restaurant was open. The all the shows, the trivias, the games, everything was as normal. You wouldn't have known any different. The one thing I did notice was the regular cleaning of common areas. So crew were going up and down the stairwells, cleaning and sanitizing all of the handrails, washing down all the buttons in the elevator and outside the elevator. You could see that they were making an effort to ensure that their guests were safe. Shore excursions were the only time when we had to get off the ship was we had to wear a mask. And again, on the shore excursions, while we were in the vehicle or in areas where there was close quarters, we had to wear the masks. Well, if we were outside in an area, then the masks weren't required. They, on the excursion I was on, every time we got on and off the bus, they were there with the hand sanitizer, making sure that we all kept our hands clean. It was very well run, and I felt safe the whole time. PCR test was done on the ship, free of charge for those that were fully vaccinated. And we showed up at 10 o'clock on the last sea day. They give you all the instructions on how to set up your appointment to go down and get it done. Went down, had it done. By 1:30, I had my negative result and was ready to upload everything to my Arrive Can app and ready to go home. Again, getting back to the airport early, check-in, no problem. You had to show your negative test. Again, have your documentation out. And arriving in Canada, once again, pack your patience. The airlines are literally letting 40 to 50 people off the plane at a time because of congestion in Immigration Hall. So they let the first 40 off and then said, sorry, we have to hold. sit down, relax. You'll get there. And it really makes no difference because you're either going to be waiting on the plane, waiting in immigration hall to get through because everybody has to see a customs person, including myself, who has Nexus. It was a little faster going through, but I still had to see a customs officer who had to see all of my documentation. And then because there's so many people in immigration hall, the bags aren't coming off the carousel as quickly, so the loading of the bags is a little bit slower. So I was waiting there, or I was waiting in immigration hall. Other than that, it was an incredible time, an incredible experience. I would not hesitate to travel now. And if you have any questions, reach out to your travel consultant. They're there to help you on your planning stages, on the documentation requirement, just getting you over the fear of traveling right now. I highly recommend it.
That was fantastic, Glenn, Cheryl, and Sue. Really appreciate your comments and sharing your experiences, especially during these times. And we know things will change as they go forward, unfortunately, and I wish we had crystal balls, but we don't. So, as things change, best thing to do is to definitely speak with your Expedia Cruises travel consultant, who is there to help you through all the stages, except for actually going on the cruise with you, though I'm sure most of us would love to do that. But again, the overwhelming comment from the three consultants was the best thing to pack is your patience. It's absolutely going to be there, needed for the near future. And on behalf of the three Expedia Cruises, a final thanks to those of you who stayed with us to the end. We hope we have been able to allay some of your fears in this new and yet constantly changing environment. So again, thank you for joining us and have a great evening. And we hope to see you on Thursday for our corporate events. And if not, then we'll see you next Tuesday on our next one. So have a great evening, everyone.